Hello, how are you today? Welcome to another episode of Cook with Kate, guys. How's the day going? Mine's been pretty busy. Had a good morning at the farm. We harvested the rest of the potatoes that were in the 1 acre so that we could clear that bed out, and we need to get some carrots seeded into there for the winter time so that we're gonna have carrots in the winter still, which is awesome. So there's kind of a rush on that because it's almost getting past the time from where we should be seeding it already. Daddy, how are you? It's been a while. How's it going? And yeah, that's about my morning this morning. Did a little cleanup in the kitchen, and now we're here. Pretty tired though from the farm. I will say that, like, harvesting potatoes is probably one of the most physical jobs for sure, because you're literally just crawling through the dirt trying to like dig up the potatoes. It's fun though. It's kind of late for you, yeah. 30 minutes till midnight at this point. Wow. Well, I don't blame you then. I definitely cherish sleep, but we do miss you, man. Okay, so dinner today. I don't think it's going to be very difficult for us to make this. And for the recipes, I didn't post them in Discord because I felt like typing out a recipe from a cookbook is not going to do that person justice that put the book out. So that's kind of like copyright infringement. So let me just look for a sec. I might be able to find the recipe online for you guys. But if not, I would just recommend you going to find the cookbook and buying it because it's so good. Daddy, have you gotten up to anything new lately? So let me look for this. Look for the harissa chicken first. Okay, so someone else has typed it out, I think, from the cookbook, which I don't think is right, because like you should have to buy that book to be able to find the recipe. It shouldn't be this easy. Mind you, I'm sure the person has made enough money off the book. Okay, pretty sure that's it. Good old copy and paste. At least you guys will have it though. Okay, there's the harissa chicken. You're trying to figure out regarding pulled chicken in the sous vide. That's a really great way to do it. Are you just starting out with a sous vide, or have you done a little bit of cooking with it already? Okay, what's next? The saffron, date, and almond couscous, which is actually originally a rice recipe. But I decided to make some couscous today because I don't eat it very much. We've had quite a bit of rice lately, so I decided to switch it up and just switch out the rice for the couscous, and that way I can show you guys something new as well. You've done sous vide for 3 years. That's so awesome. But you've only done basic stuff like steaks. Well, there are actually a lot of recipes online for sous vide now. So something like a pulled chicken, I don't know if you're doing it whole or not, but that's pretty easy to make in a sous vide. You just want to make sure that you flavor it enough is the only thing that I would say, especially with chicken. Because I find the sous vide, if you almost take it too far in there, you're going to change the texture and the flavor of the chicken. Like, I'm not a huge sous vide chicken fan, just because I don't like when it gets pasty. So maybe marinate the chicken first and then sous vide it and pull it would be my option. Or even grill it is a really good option too. Okay, I just put the rice recipe in Discord, aka couscous. And then let me look for this last one here. Or actually, sorry, the grapefruit salad is with the chicken recipe. So those are paired together. So that's good to know. Rush with the host. Thank you, thank you. Welcome in, man. Let's open up a window. Get some air into here. Try and keep them closed in the morning, though. Just to kind of cool it off. Because it does get pretty hot with all the light that gets in here. Okay, so has anyone really eaten Middle Eastern food? Or do you kind of stay away from it? Because I think the flavors in Middle Eastern food are pretty strong. So I can understand and see why some people would be like, I don't know if I would like that. But personally, I like really strong flavors and a lot of spices. It doesn't have to be overly spicy, but to spice it up with flavor, so good. Food Illuminati alert. What? Mr. Niner, what's up? Okay, so here is, I'm using 2 of his books today. Ottolenghi is a chef, but we'll go through some history in a little bit. I just want to show you guys the books that I'm using. So this is the vegetarian one, which is where the rice recipe comes from. It's called Plenty More. Vibrant Vegetable Cooking from London's Ottolenghi. So obviously he's from London, or he has his restaurants there. And it just has really amazing, bright, fresh recipes. Like this one. Look how good that looks. So colorful. Beet and rhubarb salad. It's definitely one of my go-to books in the summertime. Look at this one. I'll definitely have to try this one. It's called Eggplant Pahi, which whenever our eggplants are ready from the garden, I'm going to have to be trying a lot of recipes because we're going to have a lot of eggplants. Hey, that's a Sammy coming in. That's a Sammy. Hey, Nike. You'd eat that? Yes, me too. Cog Whistle, welcome in. Thank you for the follow. How are you, Sam? That's good. You having some lunchy?
Yes.
Or you're broke? Hey, Thunder. What's going on? Okay, I need to catch up, Nike, with your message. The PUSA, I don't know what that is. And this is how much he doesn't like his own people. No one, either pedestrian or parked cars, was allowed to be within 10 blocks. The president came to your city today? Is that what you're saying? Within 10 blocks of where he was speaking. 33 cars were towed at owner's expense. Trump. Thank you for clarifying. That's nuts. Yeah, honestly, I try to not pay attention to any news involving him because it's just so silly. And I can't understand how the world is allowing this to happen, but let's carry on. I don't like to get into politics too much on here because there's always 2 opinions, right? But I understand how you're feeling. Rush, how's it going, man? Welcome in. I am well today. A little bit tired from working at the farm, but it's sunny and I can't really complain. Daddy, you did something amazing. You tried Jamie Oliver's bolognese recipe. Half beef, half pork, bacon, onion, celery, carrots, rosemary, and tomatoes. Let it braise for 2 hours. Was wonderful. Oh, man. You really can't beat a good bolognese. And I find that a bolognese, it shouldn't be put on just pasta. Like, why couldn't you put that on potatoes or even rice? I think it can be pretty versatile. I'm doing well, Nike. Thanks for asking. I left the stream on last time. Not last night, but I know, when was it? on Friday maybe. And then yes, Thule and Sushi Day let me know. I don't know why. I think I forgot because Sam got me a new mouse and keyboard and I just wasn't used to using it yet, so I totally forgot to shut it off. But I only left it on for about 5 minutes, so yay. Work was good. I haven't gone to work yet for the week. That starts tomorrow. I do Wednesday, Saturday, Sundays, but so far the farm work was good. And I do have some goodies to show you. Still haven't got the paper to return to work yet, and they said several more days. Interesting. Well, you know what, man? Just keep working on yourself. Health is always number one, so just take care of yourself and wait it out until then. Maybe try to enjoy some of this time off. Do something that you've always wanted to do, because now you have the time. Whether you think it's for a bad or a good reason, just take advantage of it, because that's something we can't get back. Yeah, just do a 24/7 stream. Just see people popping in and out of the kitchen. Okay, here's the second book. And I think this is one of his originals. So it's named after him. And this was the first one I got. And originally, this is priced at $35 Canadian, but I got it for $20 at a place called Home Sense or Winners, which maybe some of you in America would know what that is. So I like to look in those kind of bargain stores for really good cookbooks like this, because you never know what you might find. And hopefully you guys will check out those cookbooks. They are on Amazon, and I would totally recommend them. Hammy Tom, how are you? You're interested in the couscous. I haven't made it in a long time. And obviously the couscous is not actually part of the recipe today. So I actually had to look up and refresh on how to make it properly. So I think I'll be able to do it properly. Because couscous can be a little tricky. Some people keep it too crunchy and then it's not very good. Oh, no problem, Hammy Tom. Did you try it out? Okay, before we get into any of the other stuff on stream, let me show you what I got from the farm today. There was some new stuff. Pretty exciting for me, at least. Okay, are you ready for this? I'm just gonna put the camera down. Tomatoes! Look at these lovely tomatoes. And wait for it. So the farm manager, Robin, gave this tomato to me on the way out today. She's like, do you want this? Look at the size of this thing. I was like, of course I want it. It's like a little beat up, right? Because they can't really sell that. But I'm so down to use it. There is nothing wrong with it. You just kind of have to cut off this tough part. It's huge though. Yeah, oh my gosh, do a stuffed tomato? That's brilliant, Scotch. Skip, how's it going? And Karen. Welcome in, everyone. You're on 180 follows. That's so good. Oh, you played Rock Band? I used to love that when I was younger. Okay, and then I brought home some carrots, which actually are not looking very good. There's quite a few like little wormy holes in there. And that actually can start to change the flavor. So I'm gonna be interested in these. We might actually have to peel them. We'll see how they taste, but we're not using any of that today. Then I just picked up 2 other baby squashes for Thursday, and then some awesome green onions. So some have a white tip and some have a purple, but I was talking to the girls and they said the flavor doesn't really change with the color, but they just look really nice, I think. I love the purple and green contrast. Yeah, hello, Big Tomato. Hello, Vioon. How are you? Okay, that's it. So that's what I'm going to show off from the farm. Let's get into our little list of stuff that we have to make today. And then we can get going. And like I said, I don't think it's going to be as intense as yesterday's stream. That was a little nuts. I'm pretty impressed that I actually pulled all that off. Oh, you just saw the recipe. You might try it either tomorrow or Thursday. Sounds good. It is there for whenever you want it. Yeah, what is that monstrosity? It's like as big as my head. So excited for it though. Tomato soup for days. If you like it, you might make it for your birthday. When's that? Yeah, Rock Band should bring back some good memories for us. I know we went on a crazy Rock Band blitz one Christmas with the fam. We stayed up super late trying to beat it. What are these? The purple green things? They are green onions. So you can see the regular white one there. And then these other ones are purple. So cool. On Sunday is your birthday. Well, happy early birthday, in case I don't see you again. Definitely won't be streaming on Sunday. View, you're melting. Yeah, it stays nice and cool here where we live, but everywhere else on the island just gets so hot during the day. And as soon as I pull up to the farm, you can instantly feel the heat compared to when I leave my house here, and it's only a 22-minute drive away. You miss canning. I know. Like, we bought a bunch of tomatoes at the store because I didn't think the farm would have the tomatoes yet, so I might do some preserving with those guys. I think we'll see. I'll have to think about it, kind of set myself up. Hello, Elvin. You're enjoying your Twitch vacation. Or are you taking a few days off, Fune? It is weird, though. That's how I would feel. They are green onions. Yeah, guys. I will shut this Discord off on my phone. Yeah, enjoy the vacay. Okay, so Yotam Ottolenghi is an Israeli-British chef, a restaurant owner, and a food writer. He's the co-owner of 5 delis and restaurants in London, as well as the author of the best-selling cookbooks Ottolenghi, Plenty, Jerusalem, and what I have is called Plenty More. So he has 2 vegetarian cookbooks out. And the first one here, so this book, Ottolenghi, this was put out in 2008. So that's crazy to think it's already 10 years old. You couldn't miss the Ottolenghi stream. I would expect nothing less, Elvin. You have fun scalding the skin off the tomatoes. Yeah, I love that. Just putting them into some boiling water and taking them out and blanching them. What's up? You need that?
Yeah, you can never do this.
I'm getting in shit, guys. Fune, you're taking a 2-week Twitch vacation. It's sort of relieving. Yeah, you know what? Get yourself grouped back together, come back stronger, and maybe you'll have some really cool thoughts or ideas on your time off about where you want to take your stream. Instead of thinking about it on a day-to-day basis, maybe think a little bit bigger. That's my challenge for you. Or, you know, just like be a bum, which is cool too. Whatever you feel you need or want. Okay, so Ottolenghi was born and raised in Jerusalem. And he is of Italian Jewish and German Jewish descent. Very cool. And he often spent his childhood summers in Italy. So we can definitely tell that some of his cooking has influence from Italy. So he was actually conscripted into the Israel Defense Forces in 1989. Imagine that. And he served 3 years in the IDF intelligence headquarters. That's pretty cool for a chef to have that background. Hey Matt, how's it going? You have a couple ideas that you're working on. Elvin put you to it. Yeah, always blame Elvin. For the good things, though. Okay, so Ottolenghi served as a pastry chef at 3 London restaurants, a Michelin-starred Capital restaurant, Kensington Place, and Launceston Place. And then in 2002, he partnered with another chef and founded the deli called Ottolenghi. And that's in the Notting Hill district of London. So when I was in London, I didn't actually go to any of his delis or restaurants, and I kind of regret that. But then I also have a reason to go back, which is kind of what I plan to do. Like, I knew that probably wouldn't be my only time going there, so you always kind of have to save a little bit of stuff, just in case. Military service is compulsory in Israel, yeah. Well, at least he was in the intelligence part of it, because I think that's pretty cool. Secret agent, author, and chef. Yeah, there we go. You had a birthday party to go to last night. Don't even worry about it, Nike. Real life always takes precedence over the stream. You know this. Matt. Oh my god. That was a good one today, man. I needed that. He got a hole in one. Golfer's got to change his pants. Okay, so this debut cookbook, Ottolenghi, he sold over 100,000 copies, which is awesome. And then 5 other cookbooks have followed this one. And I only have 2. So I need to start saving up, I think. Okay, let's get into what harissa is, so we can kind of understand what the chicken is marinated in. When am I coming to Scotland? Oh my goodness.
Yum.
That's Sammy's lunch. You wonder what cookbook an ex-spy would write. How to cook for your friends and poison your enemies. Perfect title. Okay, so harissa, which is what I made last night after the stream because we just ran out of time. But I wanted to make sure that I was able to still marinate it overnight. So I mixed that up. And so harissa is a Maghrebi hot chili pepper paste. What is Maghrebi? So that's a part of Northwest Africa, or the Berber world. A major region of North Africa that consists primarily of the countries Algeria, Morocco, Tunisia, Libya, and Mauritania. Harissa is the devil. You tried that for your last cooking stream. No way, Vion. It's mostly tomato. Really? Mine didn't have, like, barely any tomato. It only had a couple teaspoons of tomato paste. But the rest was, like, really a lot of peppers and garlic and onion. But yeah, it is pretty spicy, hey? Harissa's a funny thing to make if you run out of time. Vion got owned by the harissa. And you did that on stream. I for sure couldn't have done that. Okay, so main ingredient, roasted red peppers, serrano peppers or other hot chili peppers. I used my Thai reds from the garden. Spices and herbs such as garlic, coriander, saffron, which I didn't put in, but we are using saffron today in the couscous instead. And it also had cumin, a red onion, lemon juice. I think that's it. But you can even use rose. Oh yes, and it had caraway as a spice. And then just a little bit of olive oil to be able to blend it all together. Harissa sounds like a woman you want to stay away from. Yeah, I feel bad for the person who is named harissa. So as with the European cuisine, chili peppers were imported into Maghrebian cuisine via the Columbian Exchange, presumably during the Spanish occupation of Tunisia between 1535 and 1574, so early on. Recipes for harissa vary according to the household and also the region. Variations can include the addition of cumin, red peppers, garlic, coriander, and lemon juice, which all of those ingredients are in the harissa that we're using. Ingredients can be fermented onions. We never fermented anything in there. Garlic, peppers, or tomato paste. In Saharan regions, harissa can have a smoky flavor, which I think would be really, really nice. How would you get that smoky flavor? Probably from smoked peppers, or maybe smoke the tomatoes. Which chilies did I use? I just used little bird's eye or Thai reds. When am I coming to Scotland? I don't think anytime soon, man. Just trying to pay off some debts first, and Europe is not at the top of my travel list. I would like to go somewhere tropical with Sammy since he's never done that yet. Vune, you had harissa once, but there's two kinds. One which is not that spicy, and one which makes your head go red. No more harissa for Vune. Keep it away. So harissa is sometimes described as Tunisia's main condiment, or even the national condiment of Tunisia. That is good to know. It's used as an ingredient in a meat or fish stew with vegetables, and as a flavoring for couscous. So we could also put a little bit of the harissa in the couscous if we wanted, but I'm not going to do that today. I just want the chicken to be flavored with it, because the couscous is going to have a whole different flavor. What did the janitor say when he jumped out of the closet? Supplies! Steampunk, how are you? Right now, most of the world feels like the tropics. Yeah, honestly, what is going on with all of the places where you guys live? Everyone's roasting except us. So Tunisia is the biggest exporter of prepared harissa. In 2006, so this is already 12 years ago, the Tunisian production of harissa was 22,000 tons, incorporating about 40,000 tons of peppers.
Holy.
That's a lot. This is global warming. Nike, I wasn't going to say it, and I still can't, but thank you for saying that. That's instantly what I thought of. You're roasting in the States too, Matt. Is this a history or a cooking class? It's both. We need to understand the history and the origin of what we make before we just jump into it. Gotta make sure we do it full justice. Okay, that's it for harissa. Now we'll do a little bit on Israeli couscous. And I typically only go over the stuff which I feel or think that you guys might not know about. We're not going to go completely through the whole thing, but we do have a little bit of time to kill, so let's learn something first. You're just here for the food. Shush. Okay, so couscous, which I don't know how to pronounce it. Pititim? Titim? I don't know how this is spelled. P-T-I-T-I-M. Pitum. What if the P is silent? Titum. T-team? Who knows? It is a type of toasted pasta. I did not think it was really a type of pasta, but this makes sense. I knew it was made from wheat. It's shaped like either rice grains or like little balls. But the ones that we're using today, Israeli couscous, those are the bigger ones. And then the pearl couscous is the really small stuff.
Negative. Pearl couscous is that.
What?
Pearl couscous is that. Pearl and Israeli is the same thing. Well, it was labeled at Bulk Barn the same anyways.
Oh. Well, I guess we'll see how big these end up being. And this is what it looks like. It's okay, Sammy. So that's what they look like. Ah, little pasta balls. And obviously they will probably double in size, I would say, when we boil them up later. So this couscous was invented in 1953, so it's not that old. I thought it was going to be older than that. During the austerity period in Israel, so rationing and similar measures were enforced during that time. So the country was hurting a little bit. So I guess they made couscous, which is probably pretty cheap to be able to feed a lot of people. So couscous is made by extruding dough through a round mold before it's cut and toasted, giving it the uniform natural grain-like shape. And it's a unique nutty flavor. So it's going to be more nutty than, let's say, the pasta that we made yesterday. Unlike common types of pasta and couscous, Israeli couscous is factory made from the outset, and therefore it's rarely seen homemade from scratch. The store-bought product is easy and quick to prepare. It is very popular among Israeli children who eat it plain or also mix it with fried onion and tomato paste. That sounds delicious. It's also now produced in ring, star, and heart shapes for added appeal, because you know, round is not good enough ever. Made from real animal parts. Yeah, watch out. So the way you cook it is very similar, let's say, to rice. So the recipe I have here in front of me, this was my little refresher recipe for myself. So it says for 1.5 cups of Israeli couscous, you need 2.5 cups of liquid, whether it's broth or water. So I think I want to do a full 2 cups so that we can have leftovers for tomorrow. So I'm going to guess that we need 4.5 cups of liquid, which we'll probably do just veg broth. Can I remember, Hammy Tom Tom? I don't think so. Have I ever made it before? I don't think I have made the Israeli version before. I've made the pearl version in culinary school, but like I said, I don't eat this stuff enough. And I think it's going to be really tasty. Round is not good enough, ever. Yeah, just throw out the ring molds. That's it. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. And let's go over our prep plan for the day, which I don't think this stuff's going to take very long at all, which I am totally okay with. So the chicken's already marinated and it's in the other fridge, just chilling. And to cook this stuff up, I'm going to say the chicken will probably roast for 20-ish minutes, 20 minutes to half an hour. And if we look at our recipe here, we can see the temp. In-dog, how's it going? It's a good thing that we can't remember how old you are. Well, I know that you're younger. That's all I remember, but I'm sorry I can't remember everyone's age. Oh, Matt. Okay, so the chicken gets cooked at 425 Fahrenheit, aka 220 Celsius, for you Europeans out there. We're gonna bake it on a baking sheet. And then, yeah, it says pretty much 20-ish minutes to cook it. So we will keep that in mind. Obviously, some chicken pieces will be bigger than others. So we'll just watch it really closely. So we don't have to even touch the chicken or do anything with it except salt and pepper it before we cook it. I don't always like to put salt in a marinade. Brines, yes, but a marinade, I would like to control just that fresh flavor and salt it right before we cook it instead. He smells like leftover turkey. What?
No. I don't.
He says no, guys. You're crazy. You're 78 in dog years. You're the same age as Posh then. Okay, so chicken's not cooked until, let's say, half an hour before we plan to eat, so that's so easy. And then our saffron date and almond couscous. The couscous takes probably 10 minutes, and we'll cook it until the liquids absorb, so we're cooking it like rice. And then to mix in our flavorings, we are going to want to put the saffron in the liquid for the couscous, and that way it'll turn it really nice and yellow. Have you heard of closing the door? Sorry guys, someone's just having a shower in the living room here. Nike is saying that you smell like leftover turkey. I could see that. What was that sound? You don't want to know. Okay, back to our couscous. So we need to chop up some almonds, chop up some dates, and then like I said, we're gonna make our veg broth with the saffron in it to color the couscous when it's done. And that is pretty much it, guys. There's not anything else spice-wise going in there. It could be nice adding maybe a little bit of like fresh chopped basil or parsley or something like that. But we could also make just a nice chopped herb mixture to kind of garnish the whole dish with afterwards. I think that's a good idea too. Oh, no problem, Hammy. Don't even feel bad about that. I'm not here to judge you guys on your age. As long as everyone gets along and chat and is a civilized human being, that's all that matters. Okay, so the grapefruit salad, last but not least, we can probably make this up right away, I would say. You've all had dates you've wanted to chop up. Yeah. Fling. Throw it out. Yeah, those are the ones you ignore. Exactly. I love how you called him Tommy Ham Ham. Oh, God. Thank you for that. Okay, so red grapefruit salad. We need a couple of grapefruits. I am throwing some shaved fennel into this as well, so I need to go grab that still. And then I was supposed to get arugula from the farm today. Totally forgot to grab it, so I'll have to clip some fresh greens from outside for the salad. It's gonna be a little lackluster. I messed up today, guys. And it wasn't until I got home and unpacked everything, I was like, we don't have any salad greens for the salad that I'm supposed to make. So grapefruit, fennel, arugula or greens, and then to dress it, it's just really simple, olive oil, salt, and pepper. Because you already have that acidity from the grapefruit, so you don't need to do too much else there. Okay, so grapefruit salad will be one of the first things. The couscous is going to be served warm, so we won't do anything for that really until later on. We might have some time to make some pickles or something today, guys. Because I don't think this is going to be a very busy stream. Let's just make sure we prep everything up in advance so that it's easy and quick for us to put together later on. Okay, we need to cook the couscous. Chop the fruit and nuts. Make the saffron vegetable broth. Do a mixture of chopped herbs. That's needed, I think, just to kind of brighten everything up today. Most people like them young. Oh, Matt, don't be creepy. Other people, it's really spectacular. That does not surprise me in this day and age. Okay, and then for our chicken, I'm gonna say for the chicken, there's gonna be quite a bit of extra marinade left over when we go to roast the chicken, and I think we're just going to heat that marinade up and use it as a sauce for the chicken later on. I like to do that quite often with my marinades, is if there's enough left over, just put it on some heat, bring it up to a boil so that you know all of your raw meat proteins are cooked out of it. You want to be safe. Don't make yourself sick. And depending on the consistency, it should make a really nice sauce. You might just have to add maybe a couple nubs of butter. I know 1K follows. Do I have any ideas on it? I have been wanting to think of something. Again, maybe I will put together another little giveaway pack. I think that's what I eventually want to do. So probably at the end of August is when we're going to hit 1K is my guess. Nudes. Oh my goodness. A live trip to the farmer's market. That one can be a little bit tough to do, but maybe I can try a live stream at the farm stand if I can get some Wi-Fi out there. Nothing but desserts and pastries for that stream. Cook with Posh. That would be so good. Okay, we will tray the chicken later and season it. And then make the sauce. The sauce. Yeah, cook with Sammy. Yeah, I just ditched the stream for the day. That'd be fun. Ha ha ha. Okay, let me go grab a couple things from the other side. I'll grab the fennel and the chicken to show you guys. And I'm feeling like we should do something with these tomatoes today. Did you see this thing?
Holy! That's an heirloom.
Ah, this is a tomato. If only we had it yesterday to put into the sauce.
Remember when we had like trays and trays and trays
Yeah.
and trays and rolling racks full of these? Sure your dad this yet?
No, I haven't. Yeah, I should bring in a special guest. Maybe I'll bring Chef in, guys. He would be so shy though, I bet.
Oh,
It
yeah.
would be funny. Okay, be right back. So much fennel. And you know what I grabbed? Were some peas. Maybe some peas would be good in this salad too. We need to kind of buff it out. Alien tomato. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Matt, you want to be the guest on the 1K show? Come on over. Yeah, exactly, Elvin. For 1K, all of you have to cook for me. And that way I can see if you've learned anything, if I've been a good teacher. You can mind your manners for a couple hours. Yeah, it's doable. Oh shit, the chicken, guys. So I want to show you how nice the color is from the marinade.
He says, now that's a tomato.
That's a tomato.
Tomato, tomato. Potato, potato.
Hello, I am Tomato Man. Welcome to the stream.
What is going on? Ellie, for 1 second.
1 second, I'm out.
The Swedish chef is in here. Revolving potato, how are you? You make sausage and sweet kraut and
Tomato
onions
Sam.
with a Yukon Gold loaded mashed potato bake. That sounds good. Boom. There is our harissa chicken. A very, very lovely orange color. So I don't even say Siri, and she comes in.
Maybe
Just
you
like,
reset
hi.
your Siri.
Hi. Maybe we'll give this a quick little flip. And then yes, when we go to tray this out, we'll kind of take all this marinade off, put it into a pot so that we can cook it down. Yeah, Sammy, doing something new with that hair. It's Fortnite tomato skin cosplay. And I love the Tomato Man suit. It's so good. Okay, let's switch these out. What?
Add the tomato skin.
Yeah. We'll tray up the chicken a little bit later on. Let's focus on our grapefruit stuff first. You can kind of pile everything into a large salad bowl still. I'm just trying to think if I wanted to plate it a little bit different. Oh, I do. I've figured it out, I think. Let's make a pretty salad today since we have time. I finally found my grandma's pottery that she gave me. So we are gonna use this really nice bowl. What do you need to get into Canada? Just a passport, pretty sure.
Yep.
I'm sure it's quite easy to get into Canada.
Yep.
Yeah, nice bowl. When Grandma was like, "Do you want this?" I was like, "Hell yeah. I will take it." What kind of leftovers do you have? Okay, so we need to segment this grapefruit. So first, exactly like the oranges, cut off the ends. I don't know about these grapefruits. We'll do both of them at once. Don't cut up the poor grapefruit. Why? Why not? And all we're gonna do is peel the outside of the skin off. Just the smell of this makes me want to have sparkling grapefruit soda. Matt, you say ew to so many things that I make on here. I'm shocked that you're still here with us. Thanks for sticking it out though, man. So look how much skin comes off of this thing. It's like half the size now. You're afraid to visit me? Why? You love my cooking. You just don't like them. Fair enough. But we do want to make sure we get all of this white stuff off, because that stuff's bitter. It's called the pith. Same goes for any citrus. But apparently a little bit of it is actually good for you. So don't be one of those people that's like, oh, I must get off every single piece of this. It won't kill you if you eat some. If you visit me, I'm gonna make you eat all the bad things for sure. I would totally try and sway you. Wow, Nike. Were you just all picking on Matt today? Was that a Tuesday thing or what? I did see that it's, what, National Tequila Day or something? I don't really feel like getting sauced up today. I think I got too much sun at the farm. Got a little bit of a headache. But when you're doing this, you don't want to get too much of the fruit onto the peel. Because then that's a waste, right? Time to switch to the paring knife. I am left-handed. Yeah, just chug this stein. To enter this household, you must chug this stein of maple syrup. A grapefruit margarita. That does sound good. There are more grapefruits upstairs. I have only one can of club soda left though. Where do I get my knives? I get my knives from a bunch of different places. And they're all from stores that you probably don't have access to. So I'm just going to tell you to look for them online. And most of them are linked at the bottom of my channel page in my Amazon stuff. Super Troopers. Okay, so we don't really need to break this in half. And what we're going to do now is just remove the grapefruit from this skin that is around it. So this piece of skin is already taken off. So all we need to do is cut alongside where you see the other segment start. And then you get something like this with no orange skin on it. And it's really, really nice to eat. And it's not going to be chewy.
I got us our first job.
What?
Well, I got my first job, I guess.
Good job, Sammy. Skip, your doctor says you need more sun, then gives you meds to make you more photosensitive. What? This doesn't even make sense. Doc's playing ya. And obviously this whole segmenting thing cannot really be rushed. And yes, it does make quite a bit of waste. But I guess you could throw this through the juicer. All of these skin pieces, if you really wanted to save it and then strain it. Thrift shops are awesome places to get kitchen stuff. Yeah, that is true. You usually pick up something pretty awesome there. This is a weird piece. I'm just gonna pull that off. And then this. Just need to trim that side. And then this little bit of white gone. Oh, grapefruit seems a little bit more difficult to segment than an orange. Maybe it's just all the juices. All of my blades are hand forged by a Japanese hermit. Not even true. You would drink it if this was juice, but you can't eat it? You're wild. Playing your mind games on yourself, Matt. Skip, do you live somewhere where it's not really sunny all the time? Because that would make sense. That happens really often here in the winter because it rains so much. Oh. See, this is so sour. I'm not a huge fan of it, if I'm being honest, guys. I think we'll have to put like some honey drizzled onto this or something to sweeten it up. Because it's really acidic. Not the best grapefruit I've ever eaten. Not that I'm a connoisseur. Throw some beer in Pizza Hut in a blender and that's Matt's dinner. Blender pizza, dried chicken. No, dried chicken. Honestly, I'm trying to make myself like grapefruit, but it's like this salad sounded really good. Now that I've tried the grapefruit though, it's not gonna be my thing. Way rather eat those tomatoes that I brought home from the farm.
Switch up the game plan then.
Now we still have to make this. We just won't make as much. We'll make a couple of side dishes. Let's do it. Since we have so much different veg kicking around. And maybe the peas in the salad will help it as well. Sweeten it up a bit. You're in the mountains of Pennsylvania, but you're social phobic. Okay, that makes sense. I sometimes get weird if I have to go to social gatherings. But I don't think I have a phobia. I just don't really like people that much. So, take your grapefruit and just throw it in the garbage. Like, grapefruit soda, this smells like it, but it tastes nothing like it. And that's what I hope for every time that I eat grapefruit. Is like, yeah, it's gonna taste like the soda.
No.
Just shudders. Don't want that scurvy though, guys. Keep that in mind. Online's pretty different than going to the store. Totally, Skip. I think Twitch is a great way for people to still interact, especially if they don't like those social things. Nike, you don't like driving because people don't use their noodles. Oh man. This guy almost smoked me yesterday. This guy from Oregon. I totally tooted my horn at him and it felt good. It was like, bro, what are you doing? Turns into the opposing lane and then expects to let me in when he realizes how dumb he was. I was like, nah, you straight messed up. Not taking it. Yeah, maybe you meant noggin. Okay, there's our small amount of grapefruit. I'm glad I bought the fennel. Maybe that will contrast it a bit better. Like, look how much juice we've lost. Maybe I'll just try and pour that into the salad bowl. Make a dressing like that as I dropped my cloth. Success. Yeah, I did reprimand him, and it felt great. Yeah, what kind of Canadian am I, though? Okay, we're gonna use the mandolin today for the fennel. But I think first, we should put our salad greens in the bottom of the bowl. Make our little bed of lettuce, and then we'll carry on from there. So I'm just gonna leave the cam up for now. And I should be back in a minute or two. I'm gonna go fill my basket and cut some greens. I'm a Southern Canadian? What is that even? Mandolins were destined for fennel. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Did everyone ditch or what? They're like, that's it. Kate got lost in the garden.
Potato ate all the food.
Hi, Lemon. Just was picking some greens. She's not gone. Just believe in magic. Oh God, this is what I didn't want to happen. The earwigs are everywhere. Ah! Frickin' my nemesis is. Ugh! Death. Death to the earwig. Oh God. Ready? Not today, bro. 2. Any more? This is going in the sink, guys. Seriously. Not in my kitchen. No, those are the worst. Nuke 'em. Yeah, we pretty much did, in dog. Straight up done. Like, look at that. Look at those pincers on there. Don't mess with that. Not in my house. Those stay outside. Nuke it just to be sure. You never know. Banhammer. Done. Okay, so we definitely need to wash these greens then. I mean, I was gonna show you the little mix that I made, but these guys are all over this basket, so we're just gonna leave that in the sink. Hopefully they stay in there. Infestation. Help! Send help. Sammy, get the flamethrower. Don't even say it, Potato, if one got in our ears. I'm paranoid of it. That's why I freaked out. Sammy's actually bringing the little torch lighter over. Did I just clean a board with a towel that fell on the floor? It didn't fall on the floor. It fell on my little mat that's clean. And no, I used a fresh paper towel. Hey, watch where you're putting that thing. He's on a burning spree. Yeah, Reese's pants. Reese's. Ugh. Okay, I'm going into this, guys. Going in. Terrified. Okay, well here is a nice little head of butter lettuce that I picked from the garden. Yo, has anyone had those Reese's Crunchers that are out now? Because those are like crack. On the topic of Reese's. They're so delicious. Okay, first bit of lettuce. Getting washed up. I think maybe the arugula would help contrast the grapefruit though. But the fennel should do a good job of that as well. I'm not too worried about this salad. Earwig lettuce, gross. Reese's Crunchers, you haven't heard of it? Okay, look in the store next time you're there. It should be there. Quite sure this is not just a Canadian thing.
Actually, if you find it in Canada, you can already find it everywhere else.
That's true. We're spinning. Ta-da! Nice clean greens that are pretty much the same color of the salad spinner. Now I'm just paranoid that there's going to be bugs in here. I even like shook the basket off before I even brought it in, and I just clung to it. Work stuff's ramping up big time. After cooking with Kate on Thursday, you probably won't be able to make it anywhere nearly as often. That's okay, man. I hope you guys know that. Don't feel too bad if you miss a bunch of streams. Life happens. I'm just glad I could be there to entertain you when you needed it. What kind of knockoff lettuce is this? Hey, Matt? What is this? This is the stuff that I would feed you if you ever came to visit. Sammy, are you leaving at 6?
Yeah, a little bit
Or
before that.
5 too?
Yeah.
But you're not gonna eat until later?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That'll be fine. I just had lunch. So.
Oh, that's what I was just thinking. Next round. Yeah, iceberg is the worst. I don't even know how iceberg even counts as a vegetable. Pretty much just water. I don't even think there's nutrients in there. That's all lettuce is. I mean, the darker varieties at least have some good nutrients for you. Okay, we're making a nice bed of greens now. This is what I wanted. Water and fiber, yeah, exactly. Look at that. Got some color contrast happening. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, there was a daddy longlegs crawling on my frickin' shoulder today at the farm. I was like, I swear I feel something crawling on me. So I wipe my arm once, and then it goes away. And like, a minute later, I feel it again. I look behind me, and like the biggest spider just crawling at me as I'm trying to pick all these potatoes. I'm like, come on. So many bugs. Okay, last little bit of lettuce. You just seen one of them things in the second handful? No, you didn't. That's gonna be super evil. Watch out, everyone. Ah! Hammy's making me paranoid. Making me think that there's a earwig in the salad. There's not. I picked through it. Don't do that to me, guys. You think you saw one? No way. There is little pieces of like roots and stuff in here still that I've been picking out. And these ones have a little bit of like brown on their tips. Yeah, there's not only one earwig, there's 5. Stop it. Just wait till the rat crawls out. Did I update you guys on the rat status? We caught 2 this weekend. They no longer exist. And hopefully it stays that way. Okay, I'm just gonna go put this basket back outside before we get an infestation in here. Terrifying, you guys. Terrifying. Okay. The lettuce to grapefruit. It's not the only thing going in. Don't worry. You guys know I always bump up my lettuce anyways. Oh, I've seen some of really big rats when I was in Asia. It's like, holy, it's like a cat. Some of your best neighbors are rats. I love that. Okay. So we are just going to distribute our grapefruit over the salad like this. Yeah, just bin it. Just put the grapefruit in the garbage. That's it. Say screw this. But I think we'll need this contrast for the harissa on the chicken. Okay, moving on to the fennel. Things are looking good though. Probably only going to use one of these. Not excited. They are large though. Oh yeah, I bought 2 because they were 2 for $6. I had to take advantage of that. our knife. So first things first, definitely want to cut the end off of this. Don't know where it's been. And then if you look inside, you'll see that it has a core in there. And then we're just gonna cut the stalks off. These are great to put into a veg stock. Makes it taste really nice and fresh. So if you want to save it for that, go right ahead. But I don't think we need it today. And then next step, these little stringy pieces are called the fronds. And those are great to garnish with. Just I don't have enough of them here to do that. Kind of trim up any pieces that are looking a little sad and brown. Slice that off. I think the rest of this looks really great though. Superman's green cousin. Yeah, count the rings, exactly. And then I'm just gonna cut this in half because we need to take that core out before we even start slicing because it's really tough. I'm gonna eat that little piece. So this is what it looks like. Very similar almost to a cabbage core, where I'm just gonna make a triangular slice along this and then take it out. This is definitely an important step in prepping your fennel. So there we go. We are clear and ready. I'm always a step ahead of you. Not always. There's our other one. That one was easier. Just have a little piece still on the side here. And then those can get discarded. You can use them for the veggie stock as well if you want. Is this another form of lettuce? No. This is a vegetable. This is good. You never knew this, Prodigious? Well, I'm glad I just taught you something new. We are gonna bring this big guy out. We want our fennel nice and thin. Thinly shaved. Pop it in there. That's on the second, or actually that's on the thinnest. Maybe I'll do the middle. And we are going to use the guard. You want to put the cut side down, like that. Hey Liz, how are you? Fennel fronds are the only part of fennel you've been eating in your whole life? Really, Gum? So we need to turn this way. Stab the guard into your vegetable. And then slicey slice. Let's check it. See how we feel. I think we can go thinner. Let's just put that back on there. Let's go one more up and see if it will feed it through. Yeah, there we go. So it's so thin that you can kind of see through it. And then after this is all shaved, we'll kind of pull these pieces apart. Liz, you got accepted to the master's program. Congrats. That is so awesome. And hello, Tom. How's it going? Yeah, I love the smell and taste of the fronds, hey? Slow and steady is the best for the mandolin. Like, look how well we're doing right now. This is really good for digestion as well, guys. Whether you eat it raw or cooked, fennel is a good thing for you. So this is not going through. So we'll just chalk that up as a loss. I mean, I guess we can thinly slice it with our knife so we don't waste any, but let's go on to our other half. If you need to poop, eat 1 fennel scoop. Yes. View knows. Does it taste similar to the fronds? I think the bulb is a little bit more dull in flavor, so it's not as strong. Liz, you don't like fennel? Is that what you're telling me right now? Like, this is something you'll always find on the table in Italy with a meal, is like raw fennel pieces. It's a great palate cleanser, I would say. Pardon?
It's like pickled ginger.
Yeah. You've never had it, you just don't like the name. I like that. You don't like parsley, but you love fennel. That's impressive, Gum. A lot of people do not like fennel. I think that's it for this guy too, so we can just thinly slice that. Look at that piece. Just paper thin. So fresh and crunchy, did you hear that? I'm just gonna rinse off the mandolin. Make sure you put the guard back up so you don't accidentally slice your finger. Never a good thing. So these bigger pieces like this, I'll just give that a quick slice as well. Hey Mohammed, TM, how's it going, guys? Tom, it's cooled off a bit today. Yeah, only 99, only. You guys are gonna burn alive. Yeah, I'm kind of the same, Vune. It's like, unless I find a recipe with it, I never really use it. I'm bad like that. But I keep munching it, so obviously I like it. Your building has a pool. I'm sure that is very much needed in New York. Okay, this looks like so much fennel, you guys. I think we'll just kind of pile it in the center here so that we can still see our grapefruit in the salad. Maybe we'll break it up a little bit too, just so it's easier to eat. I feel like that's the one thing people don't think about when they make salads is like, how is this going to be to eat? Even though it looks really nice, let's not make it awkward. You already feel like a rabbit enough as it is, eating all of this greenery. Sammy, have you ever pickled fennel? I feel like it would be good pickled. You haven't been in school since 2014. Yeah, I would be scared too. It's like things have changed, Liz. The world's not the same. Okay, there we go. Pile of shaved fennel. This I'm just going to put into a bowl. I'm going to try and think of some way to use it up. Clear the area. I think some dill would be really good on this. I don't think I have any dill left over. And the stuff outside has gone to seed, and that's just how dill is. Okay, I'm just gonna go take a quick bathroom break. I'll be back in 20 seconds. Okay, last thing to do is to just mix up some dressing for this. So like I said, I think it needs something with honey, just a little bit of sweetness. If that's all we're putting in here. I'm gonna keep it simple though. You'll be okay, Liz. Margarita? Someone in another stream calls you Lil Z? Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have grapefruit juice in here. And they actually use maple syrup. And a little bit of cinnamon and star anise. To dress this. This is gonna be good, I think. Okay, let's do that. Just need a little bit of lemon juice, maple syrup, salt, cinnamon, and star anise. I don't know if I have any star anise ground up. We might have to use some mortar and pestle action. Still got my lemon? I don't think I got the lemon. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I wanted to put in here. Radish. But I think I need to taste these first because this was the last out of the garden. It might have gotten a little bit too woody. Cucumber wouldn't be bad in here either though. Okay, just going to grab the lemon. see how the cinnamon is going to tie everything together, and I like it. Grabbing that scissor. There we go. You need to find cardamom. Oh, that's what I have. I do have star anise, but it's in the freezer, and I just don't want it to be really chunky because it's not nice to bite down on. Matt, you're going to be busy till you go home. Sounds good, man. I hope you have a good one. Maybe I'll see you on Thursday. Cardamom coffee. See, now I want coffee, Mion. It's not fair. Okay, let's put a little bit of this cinnamon in. It only says a pinch. Enjoy the vegan food. There is no vegan food. What's on the menu for Friday? We're doing breakfast for dinner. So I'm gonna make up some chive and cheddar biscuits. And then we're gonna make a breakfast sausage and make sausage gravy. Do up either poached or fried eggs. And probably just a salad again, since it's been really hot this week. Keeping it fresh, since we're doing that much heavy stuff. I know biscuits. Yes, ma'am. You're making cilantro biscuits? That is something new. Tres leches. Oh, yeah. Should have done tres leches cake today. I feel like we're going to need a Mexican stream coming up again, though. I still got some masa to use up. Might have to make some tacos on a Tuesday or something. Okay, thanks. Huh, Sammy?
Taco Tuesday?
Taco Tuesday. You thought you would experiment. I'm sure it's going to be delicious. S&P. Olive oil. And then after this, we're going to tray up the chicken. So enough oil to equal the amount of lemon juice. And then enough maple just to cut that acidity. The Dominican version of tres leche. What the heck is that? Without the onion. So I'm going to say, this actually calls for 2/3 of a cup of maple syrup, but we're not even making close to the same amount of sauce. So I'm gonna go with a tablespoon and a little bit. And then just a touch of salt. A little bit of black pepper. Liz, front. Hammy's back. You're in the front. We're gonna shake it up. Pretend like it's a cocktail. And hopefully the lid doesn't come off. Looks nice though. It's like half emulsified, I would say. Liz is like, got some bones to gamble with. Usually you don't shake cocktails that much. Well, sorry. You guys know I'm terrible at bartending. You don't want to break up all the ice, right? refreshing and perfect. Wow, Alvin. Good one. This feels right. You have no more bones. That's it. I like the hint of cinnamon in there for sure. Yo, you guys don't gamble. I'm telling ya. They just reel you in. Wow, even Viyun. Okay, let me just taste a piece of this radish. But I think they're gone. You can kind of tell by the look of it. Yeah, Kate's not even eating that. R.I.P. radish. I mean, they were pretty small, but we thought if we left them, they would get bigger, but they just got woody instead. We'll chalk that one up as a loss. Okay, salad, dunzo. Yeah, rest in peppers, radish. Exactly. Okay, next up, let's tray the chicken and then we can work on our couscous. At least the chicken will be ready to go into the oven whenever we feel like it's that time. So I'm going to use a baking rack. Just because all of these pieces are skin on. So you want to get them crispy on both the top and the bottom. And then I'm just going to line the pan with some foil. Just to make sure there's no juices that get burnt on there. Bones Anonymous. Perfection, guys. Perfect. Twitch pays for it. Just sue Twitch because you have a gambling problem now. Or actually, it would be more like Stream Elements. Twitch has no bones. I got a froggy in my throat. Okay, let's get in here. This is gonna get a little bit messy, I think. Let's try and not let the marinade go everywhere. And then obviously we're gonna wanna wash our hands right after this because there is some hot chili peppers. And yes, they are red hot. Hey Albus, how are you? A streamer got banned for streaming his rides. Wow. Okay, so we are wanting to take off the marinade, I think. At least I think. I don't know. Maybe if we leave it on, it won't really burn. It's pretty thick. What's going on, Albus? And yes, Hammy, I do have some tattoos. The froggy in the throat will take care of the earwigs. No. No earwigs allowed. Leave it on. Okay, we're leaving the marinade on. There's still going to be lots in the bag for us to cook up. And there's nothing really sugary in here, so I don't think it's going to burn when we go to cook it. Guys, how much chicken do we have today? All of the chicken. Now we just have 4 breasts and 4 legs. Smells so good. You've been trying to cook more, Albus. You know what? It's never a bad thing to just settle for some pizza. I've been there, man. And you know what? As long as it makes you feel good, that's all that matters. Okay, we need to make just a little bit of room on here. A little bit of room for that last boob. Do this. You don't really want this stuff to touch. But if you must, then I guess it's okay. So there's all our leftover marinade. Look at my hand. Let me just wash this for a sec and then I'll grab that pot and pour the marinade into it. Mushroom pizza, yum. I love mushrooms on pizza. Did I hear about Demi Lovato? I didn't. What the heck happened now? Every time someone's like, did you hear about this person? It's typically because they like passed away or something. I'm scared now. The news is not what it used to be. Heroin overdose. Oh my god. Wasn't she like an advocate for mental health awareness? Like, what is society doing to these people? I thought she was one of the good ones. She was sober for 6 years. Dang. That's rough. She hasn't passed away. Okay, so I thought that you were just like saying that she died. Well, at least she didn't die. I love how vibrant that marinade is. Oh, and by the way, the original recipe said to kind of brown the onions and everything in this marinade, but I just blitzed it up fresh. And that way we get that really nice orange color. She's in the hospital. Okay. Good to know. This can go here. Let's grab our salt and pepper again, since there's no salt in the marinade. The Disney curse. Yeah, people wish to be famous, but it's actually a curse. What did they say on one of the shows that we were watching the other day? Is like they spend all this time to get in front of the camera, but then they also spend an equal amount of time trying to get away from it when they try and just live their life.
Comedians in cars getting coffee.
Yeah, comedians in cars getting coffee. Jerry Seinfeld's show on Netflix, which is so good. Where's Poshy Poo? Poshy is upstairs because my dad is home doing some work. I'm sure she'll come down later on. And these are pretty big pieces of chicken, so we're gonna want a fair amount of salt. One left. Take some of Liz's salt. And you've been salty for 4 years. Sammy's leaving us. Going for a nappy? Huh? Sammy's going for a nappy. We have lost the dog. Whoa, Knights That Wore Bacon. Where has this conversation escalated to? All seasoned up, ready to go. Grabbing a drink of water. Okay. This is looking good, guys. We'll preheat the oven in a little bit, but I think first, let's get our couscous stuff together. So we need to just chop up some almonds and some dates. Vune's not even kidding. His family is descended from a family that was knighted in Prussia in the 18th century. That's pretty cool. Okay, putting our one book away. Here it is one last time. Ottolenghi the Cookbook. Check it out, my peeps. Really, really good fresh recipes. Might have to try one of these almonds before we use them. Still good. So this recipe serves 4, so let's double up the add-ins. What does this say? 2/3 of a cup of almonds. I'm gonna do like 1.5 cups of each of these, I think. I think that's gonna be the best. And that might be all of this. Okay, so all of that. Maybe it's a little bit less. 1 cup of almonds. Guys, we're out of almonds. Let's see. And the dates, which will help cut the spice from the harissa marinade. Even though it's not that spicy, it's like a good mild spice. It's definitely not hot. And then what do we got here? Or saffron, which is an important component as well. But first we gotta chop these 2 things. And then we can start to cook the couscous, and then this just gets put in afterwards. I think we might toast them as well after these are chopped. But we can do that stuff when the chicken and the couscous is cooking. Yeah, saffron, yum. And it's gonna give us this amazing color as well. It's like $200 of saffron? No, not even. You can chop the almonds as big or as small as you want. If you guys want to buy saffron, it's always going to be expensive. If you find some that's cheap, that's the fake stuff. So don't even waste your money. Just spend that little extra couple of bucks and get the good stuff. We'll go a little bit finer than this. Skinning almonds is your at-home most hated task. I think I would enjoy that. Blanching them and then peeling them. I like those mundane tasks. How much would a Cook with Kate apron cost? These cost $200 to have the embroidery on it. Like if you want this exact one. But to me, that's worth it. Because they're really, really good quality. I'm just getting a pan out for these almonds. Speaking of the Cook with Kate apron, I checked on the tracking today on Flexard's apron. It's on hold in the UK. I don't know why. So I hope it does get delivered to him. I did everything right to send it there. Just hope he gets it soon and then sends us a little photo. You don't get the saffron hype. Oh, you did saffron risotto the other day. It tasted different, yeah. I don't know. I'm not like huge on the flavor. I think it's more of a color thing. Okay, we will just leave our almonds in there, one nice layer, and those can go in when we cook the chicken. Next up, we're just gonna chop our dates rough as well. As big or as small as you want. I don't know, saffron was probably more plentiful in these countries back when these kind of recipes were first being created. So now they can't really stray from that, right? And now that it's just so expensive, I can see why some people don't really understand the hype. One more chop. I think we'll go a little bit more fine with these. How did your risotto turn out though, Vune? Was it fab? There we go. So we still got some bite, but they're not just huge. That way we can spread it throughout our couscous when we mix it up. Yeah, it's like how polenta costs so much. But it's just corn. Boom. Washing the sticky date stuff off of my knife before it hardens onto there. You didn't even care about the risotto. You were just there for the saltimbocca. Okay, last thing for our couscous is to make up our saffron broth. So we need, I'm gonna guess 4.5 cups of liquid to 2 cups of dried couscous, because the original recipe is 1.5 cups of couscous to 2.5 cups of liquid. So we will just double that. Well, I guess it would be, yeah, that makes sense. I did that right. So we'll measure out 2 cups of this. Dried, of course. You could have made buttered potatoes to go with it, then you wouldn't have missed the risotto. Wow. That's good to know. I like to hear others people's opinions on like how they eat and what they make. Am I gonna make the English breakfast? Yeah, I would love to. I might do it next week. You're eating some day-old pea soup you cooked up about a day ago. It's so much better, like chili. I believe it. Okay, so in these cups, this is 4 cups, and I will fill us halfway for the half cup. We're gonna pour hot water, and then we're gonna mix a vegetable base into this, as well as just a pinch of our saffron threads. And then I think we're gonna preheat our oven so that we can start baking the chicken. Boop. So the recipe says preheat your oven to 425 Fahrenheit. That's going to take 14 minutes. I know that's quite a while, hey? And I think while the oven's preheating, because we're not going to cook our couscous just yet, we'll chop up our herbs for the garnish. Rush fell asleep. That is okay. I love that, actually. Karen's back. The Rush has fallen asleep. I just picture him now. So cute. Liz, you're eating cashews, almonds, and dark chocolate with water. That's a good one. Okay, why don't we do the veg base in this container, and we'll do the saffron in the small one. Okay, emo girls, you pan fried the ham, all of it in butter to get crispy. Now the ham is broken down like slow cooked pulled pork, but with burnt bits. Oh man, ham and butter. Oh man, yeah, washing your spoons and bowls after you eat pea soup. It's like cement within 10 minutes if you don't put water in there. It looks like Vegemite. I honestly don't think I've ever eaten Vegemite. Not willingly, at least. I just hear so many bad things as well. You love Vegemite? Maybe I'll have to buy a jar of it just to see what it tastes like. Okay, let's watch the magic happen. It's amazing. So what does it taste like then? Let's do a pinch of this. Something like that, I think. Maybe a touch more. Since I think we gotta use this stuff up soon anyways. It says it's good until 2023 though. Guys, look. It's starting. This is gonna be so yellow within like 10 minutes. Look at it already on the cutting board. It's extremely freaking salty. Yeah, for sure. Give him a shout out right now, Karen. Go for it. We all love the Rush. Everyone go follow Rush. Karen's gonna give a shout out to his page. He's trying to get to 200 followers. Go show him some love. Okay, we're bringing all of our couscous stuff just over to this side here. And we'll need a pot. So I'm gonna use the typical rice pot, as always. Because I think that's gonna be perfect for this. Your buddy sent it to you from down under. Really? Because I can find Vegemite here. Hey chef, how's it going? You're lurking? Sounds good, my man. So this is like natural food coloring, hey? Just really expensive version. Yeah, please guys. Go give the Rush a follow. Help him hit his goals just like you guys help me all the time. The hate you have for cooking rice. I actually really enjoy cooking rice now. Okay, we chopped our fruits and nuts, made up our broth. We trained the chicken and seasoned it. We just need to heat up our sauce. I'll probably drop a little bit of butter into there. And we just need to chop up our mixed herbs. So let's get some herbs out, see what we can muscle up. Oh, I still have dill. This makes me so happy, guys. Things are well. I totally forgot that I bought this pack. This is gonna be perfect. And I think I might just chop it and put it all over the salad. Maybe with some mint. Dill and mint on the salad. And then in this guy, we still have some chives, a little bit of dill here. So maybe I'll use my own first, because I don't think this is gonna go bad anytime soon. That's why you mess it up so much, is because it's just too easy. That makes sense. That's like the days at work in a kitchen when it's really slow to begin with. And you're like, oh, this is so easy. And then you keep making these stupid mistakes because you're not paying as much attention because you think it's just easy, right? Yeah, dill and tzatziki. Perfection. Every time you see greens in a Ziploc bag, you think about the time a spider crawled out of one. I didn't kill it, really? I'm surprised by that I didn't kill it. Typically, I kill any insect that comes in my house. This is my house, not theirs. Pest control, guys. as you saw earlier, I don't know if you were here already, Liz. We're gonna grab a nice little handful of these chives to garnish with everything. There's our little pile of dill from the garden, and then we just have a little bit of cilantro. Which I don't know, would the cilantro and chives be good? Getting into reusable Ziplocs. Okay, so all of the Ziplocs that you guys see, I do wash these and then let them air dry. And I reuse these for all of the stuff that I pick from the garden. So don't think that every time that I empty this, I throw it out, because I would not do that. Okay, spiders are my bros when they're outside, but when they're inside, I don't trust them to not crawl into my mouth while I'm sleeping. Oh, I probably put it outside, Liz. Oh no, this makes me so sad. Look what happened. The fridge got too cold and it froze the basil. But we do have a lot more outside, so we'll be okay. You guys just know how I hate wasting ingredients like that. Inside spiders kill other bugs. Yeah, like those earwigs. It's true. Okay, there's our mixture. I think we might just need this little bit of dill. Just to bump it up a bit. Like that. Eventually the air runs out in the bags. Takes care of the pest problem. Yes, I love it. We don't have roaches here, thankfully. At least not that I've ever seen. Okay, we have 5 minutes left on our oven preheating. So first things first, let's chop up the dill and put it onto the salad. And then we'll make up, the dill and the mint together. Then we'll make up our other herb mixture with parsley, basil, and chives to garnish the whole meal with. If you actually see one, if you see one roach, that means there's always more. The worst. Yeah, we're looking at you, Peter Parker. Do I have a certain way of keeping the fragile greens like parsley or dill? So not sure if you saw, but in those bags, I have these little blue shop towels is what they actually are. And they're like a strong paper towel that I just wet a little bit and kind of place around the herb to protect them from getting too cold. And that little bit of moisture keeps them fresh for longer. So even a paper towel would work. But I like to use something more durable because I do let those dry out and reuse them as well. I'm sure a cloth would work just the same. Okay, what, Tom? What did you have fly at you once? Oh, a big roach? Gross. The amount of roaches when we were in Thailand, disgusting. So many in the rooms where we were staying. Just had to kind of pretend like they weren't there after a while. No problem, Lemon. Yeah, the shop towels are the best. You can buy huge packs of them at Costco. Okay, let's do a nice fine chop here. Roaches and scorpions. That's insanity, Tom. We have rats and earwigs here. That's what I've noticed. And actually the mosquitoes are really bad this Damn you, Liz. Making us talk about all the bugs. You haven't seen one in your house, Tom. But they might be there. How big is huge for the snails? Because we have some snails here too. The shell is yellow with like a brown swirl. They're pretty cool looking. Foons. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. Yes, emo girls. I hate horseflies. I've been bitten by one before. On my tum-tum when I was young. It flew up my shirt when I was biking. That frickin' hurt. So just distribute the mint evenly over the top of the salad, like that, and then we'll do the same with the dill after we're done chopping it. Like escargot size, nice. Have you ever eaten one then? Yeah, Foons, can you get some of the chicken? If you can find me, that's what I always say. Really wish I could feed you guys every night. If only it was that easy. But for now, I'll just leave you with some inspiration for you to make your own meal. The military denied your request to napalm the state. Yeah, we have black widows here too. And I'm pretty sure there was one in our old garage when we were moving. We found some interesting stuff hiding behind the shelves and such. That's what I was thinking, Lemon. It's like, let's keep things fresh. It's summertime. Make use of all these delicious ingredients. You haven't eaten your yard snails. That is good. I'm happy to hear that, Tom. Okay, we are coming up to 5 o'clock. I don't think I'm gonna put the chicken in just yet. Let's finish our herbs. And I'll put the chicken in 7 minutes when it's really 5 o'clock here. And I'm thinking dinner will be ready maybe half an hour early for stream today. Have I baked the chicken yet? No. I've just let it sit out for probably about an hour to bring it up to room temp, and that way it bakes a lot more evenly. You're going to your kitchen downstairs to look in the drawers? What? Okay, here we go. Oh, you got 2 Big Macs in the fridge from earlier. To each their own. Definitely not innocent in saying that I've never eaten McDonald's. But can I say there are better options? Yes. But I understand if today was the day that you needed a Big Mac in your life. Okay, guys. Fennel and grapefruit salad with fresh mint and dill and a lemon maple dressing. Let's get into our parsley. We gotta do some picking. You were gonna roast some veg for dinner, but you decided to chop stuff for a fresh salad instead. Yeah, way better. Oh yeah, I compost. We do compost, emo girls. It's a thing. I think that's gonna be more than enough parsley. Go grab one, Foons. You're not in America. You're visiting family in Europe or Bosnia. Huh? How can you be in two places at one time? Swap the grapefruit for earwigs. You're insane. Yeah, grab the Big Mac, bite into it like a wild animal. You're in Bosnia. Okay, this makes sense. I don't think I had any McDonald's while I was in Europe. Just because it was honestly so expensive compared to me going to a market and buying like raw ingredients and cooking in the hostel. Like McDonald's was insanely expensive in some places. And they were always packed still. I couldn't understand it. I guess I was just a poor backpacker. McDonald's was out of my price range, guys. And this is flat leaf parsley. This is my go-to. Not a huge fan of the curly parsley at all. What do I consider expensive? Let me think. Let me think back to what the prices were. I think this was in Milan. And like some of the meals were probably 17 euros, let's say. Hey Mike Sai, how are you today? McDonald's was your treat for your family once a year. 8 kids and 4 hamburgers. That was your treat. Good. I'm glad you didn't even get 1 hamburger each. Yeah, Milan was insanely expensive. I don't know why, but that's when I was craving it. And I went in, looked at the menu, and just walked out. I was like, nope. I can have something way better for this amount of money here. And I think I went out and ate some like swordfish with puttanesca that night and pasta. I was like, way better choice. Yeah, the wrappers were super high fashion. It was a really fancy McDonald's. Yeah, it does have different menus. I did notice that, but I don't remember what they had on their menu, sadly. Maybe that's why it intrigued me. It's probably like, I want to try that. And I was like, no, I don't. Take that back. Is the quality better? I can see that. But do you really believe it? Like, do you think the McDonald's in Europe are getting their meat from Europe, or is it still shipped in from America? That is what I don't trust. Okay, there's our parsley. Let's move on to our basil, or basil. What do you guys say? Basil or basil? The controversy. Bye, Hammy. Hope you have a good one. Thanks for chilling with us. What we're gonna do is roll it up. Make our little basil cigar. Basil. Yes, bae. Okay, this is why we all get along, guys. We all say basil the same. And then we're just gonna slice it nice and thin, aka chiffonade. You should be able to just kind of fluff it back up. You can see this little piece here that did not get cut all the way through. And I think I'm going to keep it in those nice chiffonade pieces. delicate still. Let's just touch up this piece. And lastly, our chivers. Ramsey says basil. He totally does. It's like, come on, man. When we work at the restaurant, is the kitchen pretty quiet or does everyone chit-chat? It really depends on the day and how much shit we have to do. Let's put it that way. It's like when our lists are big, there's no time for chatting like that. It's like you need to get your stuff done. Because some people are really bad about talking and working at the same time. And you can tell when the day is a little stressful because the kitchen is quiet. And you can kind of tell that just something is off. Whereas the days where we're all chatting and like goofing around is you know you're gonna have a good day and everything is going really well. The kitchen is quiet, that's not always a good thing. But sometimes it's just quiet because everyone's focused and that's okay. But I can definitely tell when there's bad vibes going on. And I'm gonna try to be more aware at least of how the guys are doing and like pick them back up. Keep that positivity going, not like all the worry and stress. Is it still a good place? Oh, 100%. It's like one of my favorite places I've ever worked. A lot of learning goes on there, which is all I really want. Obviously, the paycheck is good too, but if I don't learn something at my job, then I just get bored automatically. There's our finely chopped chives. Looking beautiful. And then we're gonna be putting the chicken in the oven. How does your hand without the knife move the food and not get cut? So there is a method to the madness. I'll show you in a second here once I get all these chives off the board. Because they do like to kind of fly around. Okay, so parsley, chives, and basil in here. Set that aside. Wipe this stuff off. I'll show you a little bit of knife skills. You will never learn. So, holding a knife, 101. Let's start. This is actually supposed to be balanced. So if you hold it in the center, it should not really fall. Obviously, it's hard for me to keep it pretty centered, but you know what I mean. It's like the blade and the handle is balanced, obviously for comfort. And then this ridge here, along the handle and the blade, that's where your finger is supposed to go. So start like that, and then your thumb goes on the other side. And that keeps the blade from rocking back and forth. It's more stable than everyone that does this. Like you have no stability with your wrist, whereas if you keep this down and tucked like that, way better for control. And then this hand is you're always using your index finger against the blade so that you know where it is. You always make this claw. This is what we're taught in culinary school. And then your thumb should always be just a little bit back. And how we feed it through, I guess I can just take a little piece of this, or just take some of the carrot tops maybe. Because I want to cut something that I don't really need. Okay, we'll just do this whole thing. So keep it bunched up a little bit. Like you're still using your fingers to hold it, And your thumb kind of keeps that other side in. So I am pinching it there. And then there's my index finger on the blade. And I just kind of crawl back almost with my fingers. And chives are pretty hard to do that with because they want to slip everywhere. And I'm not even that good at it. Like, there are times when my finger does come away from the blade, and I even catch myself doing it wrong. But the only way you'll get it is with practice and confidence with your knife. Like, your knife should just be an extension with your hand. Being, that's how I do it. Yeah, don't put your finger on top of the blade. It's like the number one thing that they teach us not to do. It's so unsafe. Okay, chicken's going in. Let's do 15-minute timer and then we'll check it. Actually, scratch that. I'm gonna do the almonds at the same time. And I'm just gonna start with a 5-minute timer. And they should get nice and toasted. Cooking masterclass with Kate, pretty much. I mean, I'm trying to teach you guys. And never be afraid to ask questions, that's the thing. Is if I'm doing something crazy that you've never seen, don't be afraid to ask why. I try to always have an answer. And if not, then I just look it up for you. Just putting that parsley back, and then I think we're gonna start boiling our couscous. Getting that stuff going. Everything else, pretty much good to go. Your knife costs like $8. Maybe it's balanced to require a finger on top. Greatest reasoning ever. Like with the fennel, yeah, now you know. Yeah, you need that $12 knife. Okay. To cook the couscous. So it says we can kind of toast it up with a little bit of fat if we want, and then add the broth. So that's kind of how I always do my rice anyways. So I'm just gonna use a touch of olive oil. Wow, I didn't realize how low this was getting. Do everything on this side. We will turn our burner, which I'm gonna use the small one, to like a nice medium-high heat. We're still doing pretty good for lighting. That's how you do your quinoa, yay! Yeah, grains and rice, always good to toast them up first. Bye, Nike. Enjoy the night or the day. And hopefully I will see you on Thursday, and I hope you have a good day tomorrow as well. Okay, so just a little bit of olive oil. Get our fan going. The exhaust. And while that's heating up, I'm just gonna put our cinnamon away. I'm pretty excited with how many dishes I did not dirty today. It's not gonna take me very long to clean up after. And you know what? I'm gonna take my last bathroom break while we're waiting for that stuff. So I'll be back in 30 seconds. are we? Let's get a spoon out. Yeah, I'm reaching that level where I'm not gonna dirty anything. It's magic. If only, guys. Oh, I've not made peanut butter cookies with that peanut butter. And now I really want to. Almonds are not quite yet, but the outside always toasts faster than the inside stuff, so let's just give them a little shake, and we'll do another 5. And then we have to remember that that's already 10 minutes for the chicken as well. But it's still looking pretty raw anyways. Bam. You hear it's best to stay away from natural for baking. Huh. Yeah, that's all I would want to use anyways. I mean, I do remember using that Kraft smooth stuff to make cookies when I was young. But I would totally use the natural. And it would probably turn out better because there's no added sugar or salt in there. Okay, I'm guessing that this is hot, which it seems like it's perfect. Let's pour in our pasta, I guess I'll call it. Our toasted pasta. You guys think that the star anise would be good in here? Just put 1 pod. I think that might be a good option still. I think it would complement the fruit and nuts really nicely. I think you gotta check the fat content to see if more butter needs to be added. Oh, that's true. Yeah, because this is a lot more oily and fatty. So the color is not really changing on this stuff. I'm not sure if it's going to at all. Not really hot anyways. So maybe I'll go quickly run and grab that star anise so we can put the pod in. I don't think this will burn. I'm kind of paranoid, but it'll only take me 20 seconds. Be right back, guys. And this is a spice that I don't use often, so I keep it in the freezer to keep it nice and fresh for longer. Okay, we got a little bit of sizzle action now, so I'm gonna pour in the liquid. Let's start with the veg broth. That's that good sizzle. We'll keep that spoon, and then look at our saffron water that we made. So nice and yellow. It's beautiful. So that's gonna color the couscous, or if you're using rice. I'll just give that a little stir, and then that's going to come up to a boil. We'll put our 1 pod of star anise in. Yeah, it feels good. put a bigger one in, I think. It's too hard to get into the package though. Ah! So this is what they look like. A nice little star. Okay, maybe we'll put 2. Ta-da! We got 20 seconds left on our almonds. They should be toasted up to perfection. And I'm just wondering how this was put in this bag. She ain't fitting, guys. How did it get in there the first time, though? There we go. We just might need a little bit of butter to kind of separate the couscous after it's cooked later. Because it does get a little bit sticky. Yeah, so crunchy, the package. This, whoo, almost burnt. Okay, we're not gonna mix this up too much because look, those little almond pieces that we cut, they're starting to burn on the edge here, but the rest of this is really nice and golden, so that's what you're looking for. They should have a nutty smell, but let's not use that burnt stuff, so we'll just keep that aside and let it cool. Totally okay. And now for the chicken, I'm just gonna give it a little feel. I'm gonna do another 10 minutes. And see where that takes us. It was a close one, guys. Do we want any tomato with this dish? Like just a simple garlic tomato kind of mixture to put on the side? Because I really want to cut into this guy. Guys, speaking of spider, a little guy just came down from the roof. I don't know if you can see him. He's so small. Can you see him? I'm like holding him up in front of the camera. Where'd it go? There it is. Going down the sink, man. I'm sorry. I had to do it. Cut it up. Yeah, let's do this huge ass tomato. Maybe I need a selfie with it first, though. A caprese salad. Oh, so good. Yeah, Robin, as I was leaving the farm today, she's like, do you want this tomato? I was like, are you serious? She's like, yeah. I was like, of course I want this. The whole city of LA lives in it. The best. Okay, so all I said earlier was this little line that goes around it. We might just have to cut it out or off of the skin because it could be a little bit tough. And then there's this little, like this tomato started growing a tomato in it on the underneath side. It's a monster. And I'm just gonna give this a quick rinse. And this is just the beginning of the tomatoes from the farm. The rest of them are probably gonna be ready within a week or two. Can you plant the mini tomato? I don't think so. And plus I have nowhere to plant it. All of our stuff's full. I think the next thing coming out of the garden is going to be the grapes, which I have to figure out how to make wine. Okay, so should we just cut it in half? I feel like we should try and get this stem out first. And then see what we're working with. You want a few seeds? Holy, okay, so this grew really weird. So the bottom stem completely came out. So as we can see here, if you can see in the middle, kind of angle it, that line of weird stuff around the outside also kind of translated to the inside and made this a little bit tough. So we might cut it in half on either side of that line and kind of remove that tough part. This is organic food, guys. So this is the ugly stuff that people still won't buy. It's a tomato, yeah. Miss Obvious, bread and butter pickles, yum. Those are some of my fave. This might be a little bit more difficult than I think. Now it's a bagel. Okay, that's not actually that bad. This looks pretty cool though, hey? I think I'm just gonna pick this stuff out with my paring knife. It looks worse than it is though. The really tough stuff is just on the inside here. So good. Gonna give this a stir. Yeah, let me have a little tasty taste first. Let's see if I think you would like it. Try this little piece of seeds. It is nice. It's not spectacular like these little guys. And I think smaller tomatoes are always gonna be like a little bit more condensed with flavor. But it's definitely not bad. That's for sure. Interesting. That's all I'm saying. That weird little line. I really don't know what happened to this guy. Let's see if I just do a little slice like this. That works. Yeah, I don't know the name of the tomato. Robin never told me. She's like, do you want this? And I was like, yes. And then I left because I was already late leaving there. But it's definitely the type that is like green and red. Just totally don't remember the name. How about no, bro? Thanks, Vune. Okay. Let's go a little bit further. Take a slice out of one that is not destructed. So that's what we're looking like. And what do we want to do with this? We don't have that much time to really fool around with it. Or do we want to just toss it with some olive oil, salt, and pepper? and just kind of cube it up, because that's an option too. And what I'm going to do first to make this a little bit easier, yeah, it is an heirloom, guys, for sure. I just don't know what it's called. I'm going to slice it this way. Vian, can I just say thanks for being here even though you're on like a little Twitch vacation? It's freaking awesome, dude. Dante, you made it. Yeah, you're still in time for some chopping. It's a crazy little tomato. So now we have our slices. And what we're gonna do now is just make thin little pieces of it to cube up. Yeah, interesting tomato, hey? It is massive. This piece looks pretty tough, so let's just try it. Yeah, that's super stringy. That's probably why she didn't sell it. Is that ring around the outside made it pretty tough throughout. But you know what? I'm willing to deal with it because I just love tomatoes. There's a weird little piece here as well. Just cut that out. And how is our couscous? So couscous is boiling and this is going off. Time to check the chicken. And it's time for some lighting on the stitch as well. So the couscous definitely getting larger than it was before. Just gonna let that keep going. Look at this stuff. Getting a little bit of browning action, which is great. And there's some juices on the pan. So typically when there's juices, that means the chicken is almost done. The lighting is still good over here. So it looks like fluorescent orange, almost like we rubbed it with Frank's sauce, hey? Beautiful. And what we want to do now is to check the temperature on both the breasts and the legs, since sometimes they do cook at different timings. So for the leg, we want to go right close to the bone. We're looking for something around 140, 145. This is looking at 136. So we're not quite there. And then let's do the biggest chicken breast. I think these guys are done. Okay, that's saying 132. What I'm gonna do, turn off the oven, put it in for an extra, let's say 3, no, let's do 5. An extra 5 minutes, and then we'll take it out and let the chicken rest before we cut into it. It's all about timings, my peeps. Now we know we have a little bit of time to finish this. This was just a side project. And plus, how could we not cut into this crazy tomato? It looks like more like a watermelon, kind of, hey? Elvin just cracking the jokes, and Lemon's like, thank you for your wise info. Oh, wait. It was just a joke. Okay, let's organize this-ish. What have we created, guys? Tomato everywhere. Let's just do a rough chop. And as you can tell with my knife kind of sliding on this, the skin is pretty tough too. So Sammy is going to a bike meetup tonight with the mountain biking group out here for the first time. But he did go for a nap, so I'm wondering if he's actually going to wake up in time. He's supposed to leave at 5 to 6. Do I wake him up, guys? Or do I steal him for myself one last time on this Tuesday? Really tough skin. Yeah, you would have bought it but complained at home. Exactly. That's the thing you have to know when you're a farmer as well. Just because something looks awesome doesn't mean that when it's prepared, it's going to work as well as the other stuff. Bite meetup. I love it. I love the way your mind works, Fionn. No, biking. Mountain biking. Couscous is getting close, hey? Don't want it to stick though, but it's definitely doubled in size already. I would say it's probably going to be closer to triple by the time it's done. Vune, just hungry for steak. Give him the beef. I think this is going to still be really good with today's meal. Whether it's supposed to be there or not. And my bowl was definitely too small. Ta-da! I hate how that light just glares all the time. How to fix it. Rawr, guys. Rawr. Yeah, darkness. That's it. Okay, we're all cleaned up and ready to go. Just waiting on the couscous, that's it. I think I'm gonna give it a little taste as well to see where it's at, because I don't want it to end up being mush. Your wife's making a lot of progress in the kitchen. That is so good, Vune. She cut chicken meat today. Yes. That was like me when I was younger. Yeah, don't give up. I think I'm gonna strain that because it's getting soft. So let me take the chicken out. And then we'll strain our couscous, whatever liquid is there. And then put our almonds and dates into it. Like I said, we don't want this to go mush on us. And there is that little hint of flavor from the star anise. I do like it a lot. So maybe I would go with the double ratio, same as rice. Where if you're doing 2 cups of rice kernels, you'll need the 4 cups of liquid. I think the 4.5 was just a touch too much. So this is gonna be just a touch more saucy, I think. And then the last thing we gotta do, turn on our little sauce pot. We'll turn it to high to get it going. Mix our dates in so they soften up. So I guess it's a good thing we have that little bit of liquid in here. We'll soften the dates up. The seasoning is perfect from the vegetable broth as well, if you were wondering. So I don't have to add any salt to this. And then our almonds, like I said, make sure you leave that burnt stuff out. Dunzo. She would use a fork and knife on raw chicken. Well, at least she served you the chicken still, right? That's one way to look at it. Glove up for the chicken, yeah, exactly. That's one way to get away from it. Grab my plate and just a little whisk. Why not use this orange whisk on our sauce? We're just gonna bring it up and then just drop a few nubs of butter in there to fix the consistency, make it more creamy. And I see, oh, that was a close one. She's hot. I see that Sammy used all the butter yesterday and didn't pull me any out. Turning that down a touch. You gots to get going, Lemon. No problem. Have a wonderful dinner. And I will see you on Thursday, I hope. Yeah, uses all the butter and doesn't pull any out of the freezer. So I'll be back in 2 seconds. Sauce is just simmering, so we're good. We got a wild dog. No, come this way. Come here. Guys, say hi. Say hi. What are you doing? Are you crazy? What do you want for a snack? I'll give you a little piece of almond. Okay, sit. Good girl. Okay, now we gotta cut the butter. Gotta cut the butter. Just a little bit. This is gonna be easy with a serrated knife, I think. Since this is frozen. Pro tip, stock up on butter and freeze it. That way you always have backup. There's just a little piece of the package in here. It didn't feel like serving to anyone. Careful though, because obviously this is still pretty hard. I'm gonna do something like that. A tablespoon or so. Sammy, come here. Come here.
What?
He woke up. I was saying I wasn't gonna wake you up. I was gonna steal you all for myself. One last time.
Where's the tomato?
So stirring in cold butter, aka mounting the sauce. And you always want your butter to be cold for this, otherwise it won't emulsify the same. Let's give it a little tasty taste. It works. It's got that little bit of heat, a good garlic and onion flavor in it. I think it'll be good to kind of just swoop across the plate on the bottom. And plus it's really nice and colorful as well. So, turn that guy off now. Definitely don't need it heating up any further. Put that there. Get rid of our whisk. Yeah, Sam was Pasha and now she's barking at him. And now hopefully this didn't stick on too bad since we left it on the hot burner as well. Stir in our almonds now. And I'll just give that a quick taste. And otherwise, it's plating time. Yes, exactly, emo girls. Such a good way to keep herbs if you feel like you're not going to use them all. The almond's perfect. I love the crunch and like the nuttiness. Like it's almost burnt. Definitely pushing the limit there, but I really enjoy it. Okay. I'm gonna fit all of this stuff onto the plate, but we'll make it work. This is the setup, guys. We got our salad here, our tomato and our herbs ready for garnish. We're gonna do our little swoop. Like that. Couscous is going on next. Nice little dollop here in the center. Or like just off center. That's where we're at so far. Steaming. Maybe we'll do one of the chicken legs. But I do want to plate some of this salad on here with it. Yeah, Mighty Morphin plating time. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of the greens here. Let's go right there. I think is the best spot. Get some of the fennel and herbs as well. Just place it on there like that. Couple pieces of grapefruit. we just need some of our dressing. You use some burnt fried rice. You like to push those limits too. Yeah, crispy rice. So freaking good. Just that little drizz of sauce. Pork belly. Now we're talking about pork belly. Oh my goodness, guys. Wild hog pork belly. Never had that. Down to try it though. Okay, chicken is coming in. I think I want this piece. Thinking it's gonna be perfect. What's Sammy doing? And we're just gonna split it in between the thigh and the drum. It should be somewhere around this area. Yes. You can do it. Okay, now I just destroyed the thing. Just gotta find that joint. It's definitely perfectly cooked though. Are you leaving?
See you later.
Have a good ride. Those juices, guys. It's dripping. I'm gonna nuzzle this piece underneath that I kind of destroyed. Because, you know, photos, right? And then the drumstick. Try and fix it up. Just post it up like that. That's yummy. That little piece that I just tried off the board. Bye, Sammy.
Bye.
Now we just need our little bit of garnish. I'll take that touch of tomato, I think. It's definitely not needed. But I think maybe we will just put it over here. A little bit of heirloom tomato. Never hurt anyone. I do take my food pics with my phone, so nothing fancy. Good old iPhone. Just kind of mixing these guys up. Be pretty gentle though. These are some pretty delicate herbs. I like to get just a nice spread out over everything. More of the basil over our salad. And the tomatoes, of course. Tomato and basil, how can you go wrong? That's it. Yeah, iPhone for the win. That's a pretty refreshing summertime meal. Just kind of wiping up those tomato juice pieces. So there's our salad, grapefruit, fennel, and greens. And we have that little bit of sauce peeking out, which I really like. I think that's going to be great with the couscous. Our couscous is in the middle there with our date, almond, and saffron. And then our harissa marinated chicken, which we roasted in the oven for, let's say, 25 minutes. Come on, camera, focus. You can do it. I don't know if it will for you guys. It's almost too healthy for you. Yeah, Middle Eastern food is really fresh and healthy like this. That's why it's so great for summertime. Taste time. Oh my god, this heartbeat. Always, hey guys. It's so wild. Okay, the first thing I want to do, since I haven't had couscous in a long time, get some of that with some of the sauce. That's so flavorful. I really love the date in there. Because like I said, it's cutting that spice from the chicken. And the little bit of basil in with the herbs is seriously perfect. Try some of the tomato with it. Really good still. Okay, I'm just gonna go in for a little bite. That sound good? Still so juicy. The underneath didn't get as much color as I wanted, but the top, the crust that was created with our salt that we added on there, really, really flavorful. And now that my hands are already messy, I guess I can just do this and take this little lettuce leaf, stuff it with a few pieces of fennel and a piece of grapefruit, and see how that tastes. That's actually really refreshing to kind of cleanse your palate from all of the other spices going on. I think it's a great pairing. And I can see how it would be better with arugula as well, something more peppery. Yeah, Ottolenghi passes the test, guys. 100%. Yum. I'm actually okay with the grapefruit now. Prodigious. Thank you for the 19 biddies. You are still on top. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all of the love this week, even though we're only 2 days in. Okay, so books. Plenty more. That's where the couscous or the rice recipe is from. And then I showed you the other one earlier. So hopefully this inspires you guys to kind of start to play around with those summertime ingredients and a little bit more spice in your food, but keep it nice and refreshing. Okay, has anyone looked at Belly and who's on? Who should we go raid tonight, guys? Is Chef on? Is that why he was lurking earlier? Who can we find? We got Cannibal Queen, Clinket, or you guys want to do Vegan Chick? What are you feeling? Or anyone else that you guys want to request. I don't have many people on right now, so it's a pretty quiet night. Free Range Kitten. Oh yeah, we did her last week. Vegan Chick's making a vegan cinnamon swirl cake, though. Who's Lexi? I don't even know these people by name. Let's do Vegan Chick. Always interesting to see. Okay, that's what I thought. How the vegans make their desserts without butter. Okay, we're going in. Thanks for all the love today, guys. I know it's a pretty quiet stream day, but thanks for bearing with me through all of this. And I hope you learned some stuff. I know I did. A little bit more about Middle Eastern food. So I'll see you on Thursday. We're cooking with Elvin. Take care and have a wonderful night.